Hello, this is Purple Tiger. So I had these Artemis images sitting around, and I thought I would share them in a little video just for fun. And so here we go. Let's get right into it. Relive the journey. So here's after takeoff. I see the beautiful Earth on the right-hand side. And here the Artemis crew is leaving Earth behind. And here we have composite view on day 3 showing Earth on the right hand side and the little teeny moon on the left. So it took 3 days to get this far from the Earth. Approaching the moon is not 3 days worth. From here it's just 1 day. So here we can see the moon brightly lit by the sun. This is day 4. Here is where the Artemis crew is rounding to the dark side, and you can see the terminator of the sunlight and the dark side across the moon there is kind of cool. So there's that. And this is one of the high-res pictures that they took coming out of the dark side. And it's pretty amazing. I don't know where the green, this kind of greenish cast to it all, whether it was actually green light like that or whether that's something with the camera. But anyway, it's quite an amazing picture. And you can see Venus on the very left, bright, very bright dot there. And at around the same time, they took a picture of, what does that look like? Can you see the spiral structure? Yep, that is the center of our galaxy, center of the Milky Way, and it's just very clear. And when they came back, one of the astronauts commented that one of the things that he was struck by was the fact that the stars look three-dimensional. Because when we look at the stars from the surface of the Earth, it looks like they're on a screen. They're two-dimensional. You don't really get the sense of 3 dimensions. But this picture, even though it's a two-dimensional picture, it starts to give that sense of stars and 3D and perspective. And just the detail of this is amazing. So I think they took this somewhere around the dark side of the moon, where the stars would be visible like this because the sun isn't drowning out the view. But it's just amazing. If you just squint your eyes a little bit, you can see the spiral structure in the center. The other thing I noticed about this is that there are blue stars, there are yellow stars, but I don't see any red stars. However, from the Earth, we see a lot of red stars. So it's a mystery. Okay, so this is returning to Earth. So this is the beginning of day 8, and there's so much that happened with the re-entry or with the return to Earth in such a small amount of time. Look at this picture. This only flashed by for a second on the live feed. But on the right, you have the capsule separating from the service module, or whatever the hell they call it, on the left. And it looks like it's concave on the bottom of the capsule, but that's an illusion. It's just reflecting the service module. So it looks concave, but it's a convex bottom on that capsule. But that's an amazing picture. And, think of those 4 astronauts inside of that little capsule on the ride of their lives. I mean, this is like the ultimate amusement park ride. So now this is from inside the module. The camera that was on the solar panels for the service module, they're no longer being used because service module, I think that's it right there in the middle. They're leaving it behind, and they're also doing a 180 so that the bottom is aimed towards the surface of the Earth because that's their heat shield. Getting lower. A little lower. You can see the banding that sort of shows up there on the horizon. And if it was a high resolution, you'd see much more banding. But it's just the atmospheric layers as they go through the layers. You can see those layers as bands across the horizon. And here's the ground cameras picking up the capsule as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, high up and low down. This looks like a UFO, but no, it's not. It's the Artemis capsule. And there, the drogue chutes deploying. All this happened like really fast. And those are the main chutes, and you can see the water. Pacific Ocean, this was off of San Diego. And splashdown. Wow. But following the journey was the fun part. And the astronauts are just such a nice group of people. It was really fun to follow them. You ended up liking them for sure. So that's it. That's the Artemis mission. Thanks for following.